Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and this is the daily scan for Thursday, May 9th, 2013. Here's our schedule of announcements for today. The big one, of course, is always jobless claims. But before that will be the Bank of England announcement at 7 o'clock Eastern Time this morning. Over to the futures. We're looking at a flat to slightly down open. Gold is at 1470 and oil is at 96.05, so it broke through that 96 level. Been kind of hanging around 95 prior to that. If we scoot over here and take a look at our account, we can see that there's a couple of new positions on here. MasterCard, and actually something disappeared, which was CF. So I did close CF yesterday, and I have to tell you that I legged out of it by buying back the short early in the morning, and it turned out to be pretty successful. So here I sold my short within the first hour of trading or so, and I have to take a look at exactly what time that was. And then what I did was I put an alert on the long one, and I wanted to know when it would get above a certain level. I think it was $2.20 or something like that. And it turns out that I was actually able to sell it for $3.05. So for CF, the history of the trade is this, and we can take a look at it over here. This was in this account. Alright, so we'll look at the account statement. We have CF up here, and we want to take a look at the trade history. I'll wait for it to come up here. Okay, so we collected 65 cents on this when we entered it back on the 23rd, and then it was actually at 10:45 in the morning was when I bought back the shorts for $3.53, and then later in the afternoon I sold the longs for $3.05. So if you take all of this and add it, this is plus 65 minus 353 plus 305. It comes out to a 17-cent gain, or a total gain on the trade, because there's 5 of them here, of $85, not counting transaction fees. So that's where we stand right now on that one. And I have to say, though, that actually I feel that it was just lucky. You know, I thought that I would hang on to the short long enough, watch it throughout the day. I put an alert on the actual price of that particular strike at expiration, and that worked out well because I was wondering how that would work, and that worked pretty good. I can show you actually when the alert came in here. Alert on CF for the May 13 195 call when at or above 250 is triggered, and that was at 15:19, and then at 15:53, just before the close, I sold that and ended up making a profit on the trade. Alright, and the other order was for I entered into Amazon. We had there's CF. That's where I bought it at 1053. And then I entered into a couple of the iron condors for June on both MasterCard and Amazon, and we'll cover those in a moment. So this is the spread account the way that it stands right now. We're in this MasterCard trade. We'll take a look at that in a moment. And over here on the Profit 10 portfolio account, we have our three right now. This Netflix is May, and Amazon and MasterCard are June. Alright, I wanted to take a look at what went on here. Also, we had a conditional order in yesterday, and that one executed also. Okay, so moving right along, we'll bring up the Analyze tab here, and we'll take a look at all accounts, see where we are. Amazon. We have this Iron Condor for June, and this is what it looks like. And it's kind of fun to compare the spread that I was able to get for May compared to the June, and that's because the May one was done prior to earnings, and the June one, of course, has a lower implied volatility, so you're not able to get the same amount of spread, but theoretically the stock is not going to move that much now that earnings are over with. Again, I say theoretically. CF we are out of, and I can take that out of here. MasterCard, we're in two ways, and this is where it looks across both accounts. We have both a June Iron Condor and a June bull put on MasterCard, and you can tell by the monitor tab that they're both working out so far. Netflix is next, and that is May Iron Condor that we are in, as you can see here, and that one's doing fine. Panera, this is a June bull put, and that one looks like as though it's going to play out okay. And remember, this one we did off of the weekly chart as a secondary entry, and we tried to do it as safe as we possibly could. And last but not least, outside of the insurance policies, is Visa, which we've been in for a while, and that is starting to pay out also. Alright, let's quickly take a look at the A+ list, and I'm going to try to go through it real fast because yesterday's video was just a tad long. I'll go through it at least as fast as the charts will allow us. So we had a tentative trade here on Apple for a bull put. It's a chase trade, I guess you might say, and I just wanted to see if it would work out. Amazon, we're in. It was looking pretty flat. Still looking pretty flat, even flatter than before. BIDU, we had a I guess a test trade here also, which could be a chase trade, but actually BIDU is starting to look pretty good right now, even on the long-term chart. That may not be a bad idea. So I will make a note of that. Need a new page in my notebook here. And the pen. My pen in my shirt last night. I had to go to a late night meeting. So we were at BIDU. Make a note of that. No alert. I think I'm just going to take a look at it later and try to get into it. Celgene, uptrend, up on stochastic, actually weekly heading down on momentum, but there is a secondary entry here. I still want to observe it for a while after this earnings. I think they're just going to continue marching up. CF definitely had a very nice day yesterday. Good chance that this 50 MA is going to bend around and start moving back up. When we get above this 50 MA and we come back to retest, that would be a good time to enter. Chipotle, upward trend, a possible future entry here. It's not ripe yet, but it may be coming up here. I think I need to stretch this out a tad more. There, it's looking a little bit better. I want to at least get up the June expiration there so I can see far enough ahead. Alright. I like the fatter candles so I can see what's going on a little bit better. Gold, we still have an alert on that. We're kind of consolidating right now. I'm picking that out because I can't really tell what this is doing here. Google, is on a tear. Google is definitely on a tear. 873 on its way. I'm just waiting for some sort of pullback. I suppose you could get in right now. It's just not in my rules. But if you want to jump in, I think I mentioned that before, go ahead and jump right in. It'd probably be okay. I have to stick to my rules though, otherwise why do this, right? Okay, Goldman looks like a new uptrend. We're going to wait for an opportunity to jump in here. LinkedIn. Okay, we've hit our target. They had their earnings. They didn't do so hot. We'll have to see what happens with that. Have to see what happens. Not real excited about somebody that missed on earnings being bullish. MasterCard, we're double in on that one, and I have to put both sides of the iron condor in here. Netflix. We're getting down there, folks, and we're only 13 minutes into the video. That's a good thing. Okay, we still have our iron condor open on Netflix. We're in an uptrend, but it's slipping down, and it may try to come in here and fill this gap. We will observe that, but no opportunities, no entries there. Priceline, they had their earnings. No, it's today, after market. So I make a note of that, just to come and take a look at it this afternoon. Panera. It's a June BUP here, bull put on Panera that we got in based on the long term, as I mentioned before. Nothing else appearing at this time. And last but not least is Visa. And we are in a June, and I'm going to change that to add here that it's a bull put, just in case anybody's wondering. And that is it for today at the 15-minute mark. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.